tell us that we're getting ready to start, and now we are red, which means we're live. So this is going out to YouTube. Once we have confirmed that we've got everything in our meters associated with our master and good volume levels, ideally, if it's getting above that line right there and you're getting a bright green signal, that's a pretty good level. But that doesn't mean it's good enough until we test it before our morning services. Let's go see what we've got. All right, so we're going to go to our live feed. Should have just started a moment or two ago, but we're going to experience a little bit of latency. And there we go. So speaking of the latency, I'm going to go ahead and move the camera a little left and a little right. So now you can see basically how long that took. That's about 15, 20 seconds. So I'll do that again. Going to move the camera a little right. Stop. Going to move the camera a little more. Stop. Then I'm going to move it all the way around to where we're basically where we start the system here. So now in our YouTube stream, we have the ability to listen to my incoming audio. So once you see that we've gotten back to that home position there, I'm going to reduce the level to where we were initially. That should have been about it right there. So now we can see that our input signal and our output signal are approximately the same. You probably heard a noticeable reduction in the level of audio. So let's bring it back up to about where we were, about an additional 10 dB. So when I speak, we can look at our incoming signal here, roughly 40 dB. And then we can look at our output signal, which is, roughly 10 dB louder. 10 dB is a good increase, approximately twice as loud. So it should be noticeably louder at this point. If we find that it's not loud enough, let's turn it up another 3 to 6 dB. We don't want to go 100% because at a certain point, when we start overdriving the input meter, or at a certain point when we start overdriving the input signal on your streaming server, you're going to get distortion. You're going to potentially hear some digital artifacts for processing. So monitoring our levels and our meters are priority, or I should say paramount, to making sure we have good audio going to the stream. Going to go back and look at our stream here. And we ought to see, again, a little right, a little left. And then hopefully approximately back to home position. Okay, so other than that, it's pretty important to make sure that when you first get here, you've taken the time to kind of evaluate what's going on with your mixing console. As you can see, I've got an active input signal coming in on wireless 2. That's the body pack I'm currently wearing. We can see that we've got a good nominal level coming in based on what we saw on our meters. Check. 1, 2. And if we've taken that mic and we've selected it, now we can see what our processing is. We can see what the input meter is for the channel and the gate. We can also see a reference to our solo meter on just what kind of signal we've got coming in. From there, if we want to know what we've got going out, we can select our output meter. So now you can probably see inputs pretty close to output, but there may be some different effects or equalization or reverb or something that may have been added per channel or to the output. If we find that that level is not if we find that levels aren't as consistent as they should be between the channels, we can utilize the channel faders to increase or decrease the signal accordingly. Here's where we started. That's what our level going out to our stream is. If we need a little more on everything, we can go through and increase it about 3 dB here. It's noticeable. We're bringing it up to 0 dB where it's, more than just noticeable.